Hi guys, welcome to a very special segment of the Nerd Corner. This is Inside the Corner, and today we're here with our guest, Austin. Hey Austin, we're going to ask you a couple questions.
Let's go.
How do you feel about that?
I'm okay with that.
That's number one.
You have 5 minutes.
Okay. Alright, so Austin, what is your favorite comic book / superhero?
I should have been prepared for this question. I gotta go with Superman. I have to. Because I think Superman is the most inspirational superhero. I think he is... I think Superman is what we all aspire to be, even though it's almost like a person to look up to that isn't necessarily, close to you.
Right.
I think he's just a great role model because he just does things out of generosity for the sake of the better good.
So what's your favorite comic book?
Favorite comic book?
It can be...
It can be an event.
It can be an event if you want to. It could be a new series, or it could be your favorite comic of all time.
Currently, my favorite comic book series is the Batman New 52 by Scott Snyder. But my favorite comic book event is Flashpoint. I really liked what they did with the Flash and made him... I think what they did with the Flash in Flashpoint made me so much closer to him, or just made me love him even more than I already do.
Right.
So it made me really look forward to the new Flash series coming out on TV.
Okay. What's your favorite movie?
Favorite movie? Raiders of the Lost Ark. No question about it. I think it's definitely the top 5 greatest action adventure movies of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And I love Harrison Ford. I loved him as Han Solo. I loved him as the President in Air Force One. Definitely Raiders of the Lost Ark. Classic theme music, classic boulder scene, capturing the idol, swinging across with a bullwhip. I hold that true to my childhood.
All right. What is your favorite Game of Thrones episode?
You didn't. Okay. My favorite Game of Thrones episode is actually the very first episode of the very first season.
Really?
Yes. Because it was such a big scale event, and it's cruel because you grow so close to all of the characters, and then they leave you broken and sad.
Yeah, except for Kit Harington. Okay. What's your favorite writer, and what's your favorite comic book writer?
Favorite writer, author-writer in general? Just...
Yeah, like book writer.
Right now, George R.R. Martin. Did you expect me to say anything else? The detail and just the amazing thought process and attachment to the characters that he develops in his audience.
Mm-hmm.
You can't replicate something like that. In the back of one of his novels, it says he is the American Tolkien, but I think he's even better than Tolkien.
Well, there you go. There you have it. Austin hates Tolkien. All right.
Favorite comic book writer? Jeff Johns. Jeff Johns he has the best stuff out right now, and I think if I see something with Jeff Johns' name on it, I have to read it.
Including the Avengers series that you wrote?
I haven't read that yet.
All right, moving on. Favorite video game / video game franchise?
Assassin's Creed, even though it's slowly disappointing me. By each release.
Slowly disappointing you.
Slowly disappointing.
Assassin's Creed 3 was a cancer upon society. So.
I agree 100%. Black Flag was an improvement, but not a big enough improvement to reattach me back into the series.
So would you say Assassin's Creed pre-Revelations?
Fantastic.
There you go.
Best, my favorite video game series ever, especially Assassin's Creed 2 when they introduced Ezio.
Okay. So is that included like your favorite video game and your favorite franchise?
Yes.
Okay. All right. When you're not stealing content from IGN, what are you doing?
Stealing content from superheroreport.com.
There you go. Well, that's, at least you're honest, thief. All right. How will Batman vs. Superman turn out?
Okay, I think people are really nervous about it. I am extremely nervous about it. But the writer, Chris Terrio, who wrote Argo had its lovers and it had its haters, but I think it was a well-written movie. And I think if he brings that same material to Batman vs. Superman, it's going to be very, very good. and this will be the first time that we have ever seen a Superman and Batman movie. And I think, regardless of how bad or good it is, people have to see it. And I will be one of those people that sees it at least 3 times.
Just like the Avengers. Alright, so how bad was The Amazing Spider-Man 2?
Bad with all capital letters.
Like
Bad.
capital B-A-D.
Capital B-A-D.
Okay,
Exclamation point.
so explain that a little bit.
What was the point of that movie?
Thank you.
What did it develop?
America agrees with you, sir. Okay, let me just go ahead and move on from that. Okay,
Thank you, America.
Yeah, exactly. On a scale from 1 to Matt, how much do you hate the Infinity Gauntlet storyline?
I haven't read much into it, but I'm not going to say I'm on Matt level yet.
You know,
I think because I know Matt just does not like the Infinity Gauntlet. I don't think he's emphasized that enough, but Matt does not like the Infinity Gauntlet. Matt doesn't really like the Infinity Gauntlet.
Right.
But I can't say that because I haven't read.
I mean, speaking from personal experiences with him, I think he absolutely effing hates it.
I think he hates it.
Okay. All right. So, what franchise should famous comic book writer Jeff Loeb ruin next?
What should he ruin?
Yeah.
He probably just should stay out of everything, so there's nothing to ruin. But I'm really hoping he doesn't go anywhere near Batman.
Okay.
Because
he already ruined it.
Well, the Long Halloween. It was the main point or the main event of Long Halloween was never explained. That really left me hanging and made me very angry with Jeff Loeb.
Okay.
Let's move on, please.
All right. So, what is your favorite Pokemon?
Oh, goodness.
Preferably one that isn't Squirtle.
One that isn't Squirtle?
Yeah.
Well, growing up, I had an attachment with Pikachu, and then I really liked the Cobra isn't it Cobra backwards? His name Cobra backwards. It's like Ab something. He's with Team Rocket.
Yeah.
But I grew very fond of him. I liked snakes. And
Arbok.
Arbok
is his name.
It gets Cobra backwards.
Yeah.
If you didn't know that, it's pretty. It's with a K. But I like him. It's been a long time since I watched Pokemon. So.
Okay. So, if the Purge was real, which actor should die that isn't Ryan Reynolds? Because he's fantastic.
Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf? Why would Shia LaBeouf die? Explain
Shia
this.
LaBeouf's just embarrassing. Like any material I watch with him in it, other than Holes, because Holes was actually fairly good. I'm embarrassed when I watch it because I feel awkward.
Because of the stammering?
Yeah, and he's just. I think if Shia LaBeouf wasn't in Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, it would have been a much better movie. Even though it was pretty bad.
It would have been fantastic if it was.
Yeah.
Here, you have it here. All right, now last question. What makes the Nerd Corner the sexiest show on YouTube?
My co-host, Matt and Josh.
All right, there you have it. It's been Austin in a corner.
This corner.